Alright, how you doing?
Oh, nice to meet you. What the
Yeah, good
hell's
to see you.
that?
Oh, I'm just doing some filming. No, it's recording upside down at the moment. So local Kinver people for prosperity, you know. So.
Yeah, I'm alright now, thank you.
Yeah. Still drinking down the Vine and that?
No, I'm going to have I had a near miss.
Oh, flipping heck.
Oh yeah. I went in the off licence over there and I bought a bottle of vodka. Man, I'm not joking now. It was like turning the lights off.
Yeah. Make you ill as well.
I ended up in Russell's Hall Hospital.
Bloody hell.
I just went.
What made you drink a bottle of vodka?
I get depressed. I'm clinically depressed.
There's no way out though with a bottle of vodka. It'll make you worse.
It makes you worse. The problem is I can't handle it. See, I'm 65 now. I'm coming 66.
Yeah.
And the problem is I ain't a kid anymore. If I was a young man, I could. But so I just get me a bottle of beer now, and that's it. But yeah. I've got to steer clear of that vodka. Well, anything like that.
Yeah, just do the things that make you happy. You know.
But I was very, very near to cracking my head.
What, did you pass out?
I just went. My friend, as true as I'm speaking here, it was just somebody went with a switch, and bang, I went straight down.
Oh God.
I've got no tolerance to heavy liquor.
No, I don't think anybody has, unless you're an alcoholic and you drink every day. But
I've got no tolerance, you see.
You're killing yourself to it.
Well, you're killing yourself, yeah. I mean, I'm not joking. It was just as though. Well, I just said somebody went. And both legs just went that way, and I went that way.
Oh man! Have you ever thought about rescuing a dog?
The problem is, I only live in a bungalow, you see, so it wouldn't be fair. Not to have a.
You can get out. You know, they bring you so much happiness. They make you feel.
That's what I need, because at the moment I'm
on the ground. Yeah.
Trying to pick myself up.
I was like it, you know, feeling lonely and that. But when this animal's completely dependent on you, you know, then your
changes your view.
Shows you loyalty. Yeah. It gives you
a reason to be alive.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You know, and the dogs are, you know, they've lived with humans for thousands of years, and the relationship we have with them is fantastic. And I think that's so therapeutic to people like us who live alone.
Yeah.
You know, and we get depressed. You know, and I think there's loads of dogs who are in rescue homes that need someone to take care of them.
Take care of them all.
I couldn't recommend it highly enough.
Oh, good. Anyway, thanks for having an natter. I really am pleased. Thank you very much for being a friend.
No, thank you. Yeah, you're a local Kinver bloke, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
We should stick together.
Well, I've got nobody else.
You know, most of Kinver people, they just walk past and don't say anything to
I stopped quite a lot with my mum-in-law, and she's got trouble with hardening of the arteries, and she's on warfarin.
Oh, the blood thinners.
Big time.
I wouldn't go anywhere near them. I think,
and I tell you,
flu injections and warfarin, it's just a recipe for
Well, she's 90 now, and the other morning I came. And I hate to be horrible, but she was bleeding from the back passage.
From the warfarin?
I phoned the doctor up. I might as well have phoned our budgerigard up.
Yeah.
They said, what do you mean? I said, she's passing blood. How do you know? She's been to the toilet. She's told me. Have you seen it? And I said, well, no, I haven't been in the toilet and seen it, but I believe what I said.
Yeah.
They said, oh, we can't do anything about it. You'll have to ring 999.
Okay.
I says, if I ring 999 and they take her to hospital, I says, that'll be
it, yeah. She'll go in there, get a super virus, MRSA or whatever's floating around.
She won't bloody come out.
Yeah.
Anyway, we've sorted it out now. The warfarin they gave her was like rocket fuel.
It was thinning her blood too much.
Too much.
Yeah. I mean, there's some people say that the cholesterol in our diet is actually good for our arteries. It repairs the arteries, and we're led to believe that cholesterol and that is bad for us. You know, the thing that's bad for us is all the refined sugar that we eat in our diet. It fuels all the bad bacteria in our gut, and gives us all these cancers and things, you know, and all the environmental pollutions that we're exposed to, you know, exposes us to the Alzheimer's disease. And, you know, it's a minefield. It is an absolute minefield.
It is terrible.
But when you're getting older and that, you just want to have a comfortable, sort of peaceful.
The best thing, the best thing in the world, which is when I lost my driving license, is a loss of confidence. And when you lose your confidence,
Self-esteem.
yeah, and your self-esteem, it takes a hell of a lot to get it back.
Oh yeah.
You get to the point where you feel you're like a leper, you know. But
Yeah.
I'm unclean and I'm not supposed to mix with anybody, and
Yeah. You just want to, like a recluse.
recluse. You want to get in a big hole.
Yeah. You used to in America. You used to go up and live in the caves, didn't you? Up in the mountains, up in the Rockies. You know,
And live there alone
with-
because
got a big
you have
beard
this
and-
impression that you're. I think the world is a pariah. You're unclean. You're unwanted. You're an unneeded burden on society and all this business.
Yeah, but there's a great teacher who was talking to somebody who had a real bad mental health illness, and what he said to that person was, it's no measure of health to be well adjusted to a profoundly sick society.
I understand that.
You know, and I think there's a lot of people who are well adjusted to this society sort of thing because they've got everything invested in it.
That's right.
Money, mortgages and things, and they don't want to sort of say the
Rock the
banks
boat.
are corrupt, you know, and everything's corrupt because they're well adjusted to it. And people who are suffering from mental illnesses and things, they're not adjusted at all to it. And I think that statement rings very true to myself.
Well, it rings true to me as well. Rings true to me as well.
Yeah. And I think all you have to do is just, you know, just get on with everything and just try and be as
I write things
good a person as you can.
Well, I've got my little English Bible by me. Whether you believe in it or not, I do.
Yeah. I believe there's God.
I believe there's somebody up there.
Yeah, divine.
Some divine. Anyway, I got this little Bible.
I think there's laws that man should
Abide by.
to. Yeah. And I think we've been corrupted in our society, and all the laws have been turned around on their head, and the perversion in society, and I mean humanity's on the brink of insanity, for
It
God's
is.
sake.
Look, I was watching the TV the other night. Some of these people out in Africa who are starving.
Yeah.
They got no food basically.
Yeah.
The United Nations have put money in and all this, and the poor buggers, they don't know what to do. They've got tractors in the fields and all this.
Yeah.
But you look at them and I think, well, they've got as much a right on this planet as we have.
Yeah, sure.
And look at them scratching, eating roots and all this. I know they're not as educated as we are, but at the end of the day, they're people, aren't they?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, and these rich people that control us, they all like to put us in countries and borders and flags and get us all fighting amongst each other.
That's right.
When really we're all one. We're all one family, the human race. And one of my friends, he always said that word, the human race, is a nonsense word because we've all won the race. You know, we were that little sperm that won the race to the egg. You know, and we're here and we should enjoy this beautiful, this amazing planet that we're on. You know, it's full of wondrous things to, you know, but there's a select certain people that selfishly keep it all to themselves and control everybody else, and you know, they don't like to let anybody else. Maybe it's been going on for thousands of years, since the pharaohs in Egypt, when they used to enslave.
I know.
You know, maybe nothing has changed. Maybe it's still going on.
We don't know, do we?
Money, fiat currency.
But as you get older, I mean, 20 years ago, things weren't so bad. I mean, I grew up from a teenager in the 1960s where everything was, you know, great. Britain was booming.
Well, then the education system was to educate the kids and that to be very clever, to be able to do engineering and
That's right.
And things. Now it's dumbing them down with rubbish, you know, because it's moved the industry has moved to China and India, and they're the clever people now. They're the ones doing all the engineering and all the, you know, so the powers that be don't really need that workforce, that intelligent workforce anymore. So they just dumb the children down with vaccines, give them autism and learning difficulties, label them as dyslexic, attention deficit disorder, you know. And you look at the education system now in this country, it's an absolute joke. It's gone backwards. When you were at school, I mean, if you ask the kids nowadays the mathematics and stuff that you learned, they wouldn't have a clue.
They wouldn't have a clue.
They wouldn't have a clue.
No, because they keep relying on, I mean, my mother-in-law nephew, Edward, he ain't the brilliantest one, but he'll give him a pencil and say, okay Edward, here's a number 24. Add 24 to it. He just goes, I'll get my iPod.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Can't add 24 and 24 together. He has to rely on an iPod. And I said, well Edward, what do you do? What do you do when you get on the bus? Do you get your iPod out to see how much you pay the bloody bus driver? He says, I don't go on the bus. He says, my auntie texts me out. I thought, and you think, well,
a way that society's being dumbed down.
Dumb right down, ain't it?
Yeah. I don't know whether they're thinking of pressing the reset button on society and wiping us all out.
Well, it could be.
You know?
I think there's some truth in that. And so, boom.
We've had enough.
Start again.
Wipe the slate clean. You know.
Well, I've got my plot mate up on the ridge. Nice to have a natter with you.
Yeah. You take care. And
thank you.
Don't drink that bloody vodka.
Oh no way.
Put you
Thank you very much.
God bless. Yeah.